Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm using the second stamp set of March's release from the Not Too Shabby shop in this video, and we're going to create a really fun Easter Bunny card. This set is called Easter Wishes, and there are so many adorable images and sentiments in this set. I'm also going to be pairing it with the new paper pad. It's called Dots for Spring. So let's start out by inking up these adorable stamps. We'll start with the Easter Bunny. And I'm going to stamp out every single image from this set. I'm stamping them onto a piece of Spectrum Noir alcohol marker paper because I'm going to be doing some Copic coloring. This is a nice bright white paper. To stamp them up, I'm going to use my Extreme Black ink from Simon Says Stamp. And I do stamp them out several times. But I'll only show you one stamping just for the sake of time. But here they are, all ready to color. I just love the look of those little Easter eggs, so much fun. So I'm going to be using some warm gray markers to color in this bunny. I've always preferred using the cool grays or lately the neutral grays, but I thought I would give these a try today. They have a warm brown tone to them, so I thought I would try it out on this little brown Easter bunny. I'm going to be doing some flicking motions with these markers. This will give the appearance of texture or fur on this little bunny. And I do have to turn the paper because I can only flick away from me. I know a lot of people can flick toward them and away from them, but I have to turn the paper so that I can flick the marker strokes away from me. But I started with my lightest warm gray first, and then I'm just building up the darkness with a medium tone and then a really dark warm gray just in the nooks and crannies. I'm even allowing some of the white of the cardstock to show through for my brightest highlights. Once I'm done with the warm grays, I'll use some pink markers to color in his little foot and ears and cheeks and nose. This combo is R20 and R22. I use these two pinks a lot. I added the lightest pink first and then came in a little bit darker. To add a little bit of shading to his tail and belly and whiskers, I pulled out a cool gray marker, just added a little bit of that so that it appears white. And now to color in these cute little Easter eggs that he's holding. I use a bunch of colors for this. I keep my markers out on my desk. They're just at the very back of my desk, so I have them handy. And I can just pull out whatever colors I need quickly. Next, I'll color in the basket with some earth tones. I'll start with my lightest brown first, color the whole image. Then I come in with my medium brown, and then my darkest brown. I'll color in the little handle to the basket with the same browns. And then the edge of the basket, I'm going to use the same pinks to color that in. The rest of the Easter eggs I colored off camera, and then I went ahead and fussy cut out all of my images. I even cut out the inside of the basket. So let's stamp out our sentiment next. I'm going to stamp it on this panel. I used a Simon Says Stamp Easter egg die set to cut the egg out of this dark purple paper. And then I'm going to emboss the sentiment that says Easter Wishes with some white embossing powder. I'll go ahead and melt that. Isn't that a pretty font on that sentiment stamp? And the purple paper is dark enough that it really pops off of this cardstock. I use the tissue to wipe off the anti-static powder. Now I'm going to use something kind of different for this card. I have some paper Easter grass and it's all crinkled and cute. And I'm going to adhere that on the inside of my Easter egg window. But I'll add a little bit of dot liner to the bottom of the panel. And then I'm just going to start pressing this grass into the dot liner. You could, of course, just use a grass cutout or use a grass die to cut out some grass. But I thought this would be just something fun to do for Easter. This doesn't take much of the paper grass. A little goes a long way. But I'm just pressing it down into the dot liner. And then I'll give it a haircut in just a minute and snip some of the loops apart. I'm just trying to put down as much as I can, just using one long strand at a time. I also put a double layer of the foam strips around this panel. I want this to be a really deep window. So I put down one layer, pulled up the release paper, and just put another layer right on top of it. Doesn't that look cute? I just love the look of this bright green grass. I'm going to add some micro dots on top of the grass so I can add even just a little bit more. I'm just kind of pressing it into the grass and peeling off the release paper. And then this will allow me to just press more of the green paper grass inside this window. I never thought I'd ever use Easter grass on one of my cards, but this would make a really fun card to send out to a child. And then I'm going to flip it over and just snip some of it down. I pulled off the release paper and we're going to attach it to a piece of the pattern paper. This one is just a gorgeous, bright, happy yellow, and it has very small polka dots on it. The camera has a hard time picking up those little white polka dots, but it is super cute. Now I just put one layer of foam adhesive behind the bunny, so he's going to be a little bit dimensional, but the window is still going to be a little bit higher than him. I'll press him into place. And now I can start decorating the outside of this card. I'll put the basket down first. I'm just putting liquid glue on the side where it's going to be attached to the purple paper. And I wanted to be able to tuck something inside, so I didn't put a lot of glue on the back of this Easter basket. I think my favorite of the eggs is this one with the little bow in the center. So we'll put that one in the basket, and isn't that just darling? Now we're going to adhere some of these eggs down flat around the basket. And then I'll put this one in front of the basket. And now let's attach this to a white card base. I'll flip it upside down so that if I need to trim off any of the card base, I can just trim it off the bottom. But I didn't need to. I thought it needed a little something more, so I pulled out my Arteza white gel pen, and I'm going to put little stitch marks around the egg window. This just helps to brighten up this deep purple a little bit. It just adds a cute, fun detail. Next, I'm going to pull out my glitter pen. It's a Wink of Stella glitter pen, and I'm going to go over all of the eggs, trying to put a lot of the glitter down. It looks so pretty. I'm going to put some along the edge of the basket too, the pink edge. Here again, the camera has a hard time picking this detail up, but in person it's really pretty. I found some enamel jelly beans in my stash. I'm going to put 3 of these around the Easter eggs. I think enamel dots would look really cute on this panel too, but I forgot I had these little jelly beans, so I thought I'd use them up. The last little jelly bean I'm going to put right on the basket. So thanks for joining me today, everyone. I'll have the links to these products listed below, as well as a 10% off coupon to the Not Too Shabby shop. Here's a close-up look at the card, and I even decorated the inside with leftover Easter eggs and the cute little bumblebee. So happy Easter, everyone, and happy springtime. I'll be back again really soon with another video for the Not Too Shabby shop. Bye.